Voice chat knows. What stock is that again? Welcome to Read the Room with Unc. We're off to a good start this year. What is up, everybody? This is Unc coming at you with this week's Read the Room. I'm going back to back to start the New Year's. It looks like. Um, Glad people are taking advantage of this video. I definitely see the views picking up. So I'm gonna keep it 100, keep it going this way. Seems like less is more for you guys, so let's not add or change too much to that. Just that dirty TA that finds the gems. I am gonna pump the boat here a little bit. Um, Man, last week here's your 5 day. Man, man, buy the whole list. Not a bad option. Hot list is the same way. It might take a second for this to hop up just because there's so many. Hot list is the same way. A lot of these are on there, but man, I mean, we're talking the majority of the list above the 5% mark. Um, Maybe all but like 10, and only one really dumper last week. Um, but if you go to focus notes, you just keep it clean. Nothing under 3%, or excuse me, nothing in the red, most over 3%. Um, you would have to just be unlucky to pick three of these and not have a 10 to 20% or so. Yeah, um, I like what me and Professor do. We've worked on this through one of the worst markets, so big trust when things turn around and even become a more flat market. Like we've seen, if you look at weekly charts, this is literally just flat sideways action. We will excel greatly, and it's because of work we put in. So please stick with us. Please follow the content. Shout out to Goose, who folds laundry and listens to a lot of these. But find time, just find time in your day to fit these in. So that's your EDU for this week. Just so you guys know, straight up, that's what you get for EDU this week. Um, Find time. It takes time. It's not hop on at 6, follow somebody's alerts, and make money. All right, enough of the Unc grant there. All right, so let's get back on. Bam. Read the room. Read the room list too last week. Let's throw that up there. Uh, Two charts that were under. The rest, pretty good. So back to the lecture at hand. Start up top. Bam. ACB 125 one line chart. Y'all like how I don't never pause either too. Unless you know what's really real here. Never pause. Trying to never pause. Just give it to you straight. I think we're a little late. I mean, 3 days. Could have called this Wednesday, I guess. I do like the dollar area holding here. Maybe it adds a little lower, but the trend of the 125. I just want to see what the professor has. He probably has some 150s for me on that. Weed in general, I think we're gonna get a pop here in a minute. They got to do something. Even if it's, I'm gonna stay there for a second. Even if it's just the fucking Republicans messing with the Democrats and saying we're gonna pass this without you, they got to do something. AI 12 higher low trend. I'm gonna start just putting HL here. Higher low. I hate typing. Same with one line. I'm gonna put OL. So you're gonna have HL higher low, OL one line, and LL lower low. And I hope that's not too confusing, but man, I'm trying to tighten it up. I don't know, maybe I'll just keep typing. All right, AI $12 higher low. Previous winner here. This and Sav SAVA. Sava is two that I really do like. Some of that Yeti juice there. Two that I really like that are basically like continual short plays. Seeing what Professor has here because we are confirming this 12. Simple volume profile play 1244, 18. I have 20. 16, excuse me, and 20 is the original channel. But some of these numbers got to line up, and then we'll make a decision on if it's an A plus setup. BTU in the house. Cole Tech, man. Tech is out of control. 30, not Tech, the stock. With a K, not a H. 3281 trend, 50 MA on the daily, boss. That 50 AM on the daily is just hanging out. Right here, the 50 EMA on the daily right here. I'm gonna be 100 with you. A moving average and an exponential moving average, oh, they're the same fucking thing. There's someone adding one variable to be cute. Um, yeah, so it's kind of respecting this. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. After we flash through it, just trying to figure this out. It seems like to me this is more in control. These two EMAs are more in control currently. But if we got that 32 read, I like this setup as the previous winner. So it's kind of like where we get the flow in. Did I not do Ali? Shit, my bad. Ali, 26, 92, 24, 49. Oh, you know we're live here. Where's Ali even at? Why am I not in alphabetical order? Thank you. Yeah, 26, 92. It's the top of the channel here. Not super sexy, especially if you look on the weekly, except for we're about to get this. And sometimes this triggers algos to buy. You'll get a 5,200 death cross, but the price will be more, and that just fits their mathematical equation of a good time to buy. So I am watching that this week in general. Strong flow reads back to 30, probably put on the hot list. Volume profile is in the channel. I don't like that because we could definitely test those levels. But you got three days here of it kind of wrapping around of the 27 level, which is our line. So Flow's going to lead that one for me 100%. DraftKings 1394 one line chart. Man, did I call this during the move? That you just need to get back here. Now we're back here. Let's see what the flow says. We went to 17 last time. Excuse me, we went to 19 last time. But flow reads were 17.5. Yeah, right here. This is the one I'm thinking of. And then ER just was nasty to us. I just think these guys can't stay down here forever. They got too much going down for them right now. Like the ESPN partnership is enough for me, but they're also hitting. They don't have all 50 states open yet, so they have a lot left to go as far as Catalyst. 57.21 on Docu to the 69.16. It's a reclaim of that channel. What I'm looking for. My weekly's a little too far out here. Let me pop this back here. 100. Now keep the volume P in there. Thank you. Yeah, you need to see this level reclaiming. Just want to see what Professor has. 56 is volume profile, so that'd probably be the good, nice, tight ad zone for you. My level or your level and the volume profile level also matches the 20-day volume profile. I do want to start talking more about this black line in voice chat and in the main chat during the day. This 20-day volume profile is basically your 1 month, this line. So we have the 3 year, the 1 year. That's the 1 month line that just auto gens for you. Yeah, so I just want to see what Professor has. We've won on this setup before. Go V. 33.26 $5 psych on the Go EV. A lot of you probably think, man, why does he always want to know what the professor thinks? Well, if I didn't need to know what he thinks, I'd just put it in my notes. I wouldn't ask him. This is a collab situation, so that's why I would like to know what he thinks, because that makes it an A+ setup when both ends align. Go EV dollar psych holding down here. It's kind of the level. You see it holding. This thing kind of took off a little bit, but if we get this $3 level, there's enough room down here to play this. So I just want to see what he says on this end, see if they have any activity. Huge drop. Didn't really bump into ER, so I might have to read some news on that guy too, to be honest. Hawaii 12.95 one line chart reclaim. I also got a thesis on this one that if only rich people have money, these guys are going to do all right, because rich people go to Hawaii in general. Like, you're not, I mean, I don't plan trips to Hawaii regularly. That shit's expensive. Like, you know, you need, you know, just to fly out there. And I'm in Seattle. I'm close. Just to fly out there, get a hotel for you and your family for, you know, like a regular hotel room. Fly there and back. It doesn't really matter if you're going for 5, 7, or 10 days. You know, you're usually starting out about $4,000 or $5,000, because the day it's the airfare that gets you. No matter, you can't. So people go for 10 days or 2 weeks because they're gonna already spend that on airfare. Well, these guys are the airlines. So just want to see what the professor says again on this one. we tried to play this before and it got just this big fail. So I don't trust the level down here. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe 10. We could have played the 10 psychological level. Just not really for me, especially when if you go back to this date, which was Christmas, airlines were not having a good time. I mean, I guess by the bad news, but I'd rather play levels of support. I like where this one's at now. Let's see what the flow says. Hive. This is my Bitcoin play. I wanted the professor to guess. So 302, 466 channel. And why I say I want him to guess it, because I'm hoping it's in his flow. Definitely took a move. Another one I just trust the channel a little more, especially since that's volume profile. Still 50% range back to 450. Pretty simple setup. Bitcoin continues to go. This one's probably the one that it's not overextended yet. Laser 607, 751 channel. God dang, this stock is. Don't search the group on this one. We've had this thing forever. When this 7 level failed, boy did it fail. Just had a bad end of the year. Just looking to see if the channel is going to reclaim on his end back to 750, which I do believe is the true level, i.e. volume profile on all time frames. Or is it going to reject the 6? So let's see what the flow suggests on that guy before we just jump back into feed. Lemonade 1636 2205 the channel. I slept on this one a little too long. Probably should have just pounded the table and kept adding it, because I do like how this looks down here on the 1 year and the 3 year. I mean, it's there, but it was only 2 weeks. Took it back off right to our level, seeing if we're going to reject or if the flow is going to continue this thing up back into the 20s. Not Sava or, god dang it, now I'm going to forget what the other one is. AI, but it's kind of joining that group for me. Also mention Root at this point in time. If Flow ever comes back into that and you're watching this, professor, tag me this time. MSTR 202 online chart. This is the Bitcoin play. It's on the hot list, I know. So is DraftKings. Shut up. But I want to talk about them, so this is where I do that. This rejected last time off of this level. I think it was 212 instead of my 202, but it's just this level. I mean, we're playing semantics here. This is where it failed. So if Bitcoin fails, this is going to be the one to play the downside. I want to talk to Professor about scaling into the downside on this guy in anticipation for Bitcoin to go down, like how to do that or the timing of that. Got to think of it both ways. Don't be a bull or a bear. Be someone that's ready to go either way. Nat, $3 psych, high or low? And I don't really play downside, but I'm trying to learn opportunities for when I see it. Yeah, I'm just playing the $3 level here. Just more of this this 200 on this chart. Just look at those two candles. Think it's gonna hold. Just think it's gonna hold. High or low, that would be a really good high or low if we were going to bust through 4 also. So I just want to see what the professor says. On the flow there, he has good reads on that one usually. ORGN 536 to 7 reclaim. Yeah, so we got back in the channel. See, this is exactly what I mean with all these charts. Trying to do this reclaim of the channel. It's back to 7. Previous winner, another one that sold off into the end of the year. We talked about inflows and outflows going into the end of the year. Just looking for that to settle out in a lot of these charts, to be honest. Got to know what you're getting into. PFE, 47.98, 54.21, bottom. 13 minutes, all right. I'm trying to keep this one short for you guys today. 47, yeah, bam. We're just right there. And coming into Divi ER, so we might get a bigger flush. There's definitely more downside. This went all the way to 42 last time. Just want to see what the flow suggests, because a high or low here, which we did the first 3 times before this stupid dip here, it completed the channel, and we do have range to 60. So, like it. Until I get sued for something. Plug. 16, 53, 25, 21, bottom. I didn't mean that, Pfizer. I love you. 16 video, you can see it. Same thing, same setups over and over and over and over and over again. What's going to be the difference in this is the one with the strong flow reads will go on the hot list and or notes. Pretty simple. Keep it basic around here. There's a couple points on the daily that might stand out, but just want to see what he says. I like Chargers in general. Did mention that in collabs this morning. So let's see what Professor says tomorrow on that. I had ER season, Chargers, and something else or something else. Oh yeah, the weekly trends are changing. The weekly trends are changing. PSNY, not my normal play, but after how Vegan caught this last time, I do want to keep a eye on it. Perfect high or low. If there's any kind of flow back to 7, I think we can get under 6 to 550 ads on this guy. They do deliver cars, so I like that for them. Night is Young here too. Red Robin, 841, 1102 reclaim. Burgers is hot. You guys should write down all the stocks that we talk about that have food, from like Starbucks, Red Robin, PTLO, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, Shake Shack, Cake, all those. Make an index of them because they're going to do well in the long term, I believe. Either they're going out of business and someone's buying the name, or they'll do all right by themselves. People can't cook. That's the thesis. All right, 841. Professor did call this a little early, but I just want to see if we're just gonna tote around here like we have for the last 4 months, or if we're gonna actually get to going the right way. Flow reads are important, friends. Snap 952, 1451 bottom. Snapchat, Snapchat, kind of a frying pan bottom here. Really compressed the last few weeks. Not necessarily on lower volume, but not super high volume. But when this comes back in, I think we do get the run mid-teens. Just seeing what the flow suggests if they're buying. It's a difference if they're buying to me in February or next week, as opposed to buying in August or January next year. December, January next year. My boy Tune at SoFi 2528 one line reclaim. Perfect here. Bam. 528 reclaim on the SoFi. Another again frying pan bottom. Trend's kind of changed on the weekly. Let's take this back here. It's kind of changed. Not really, but just want to see what the professor says. This thing does definitely get back to 6, but we get spicy if we get above that again. Last run over here was to 8 when that happened. I like them long term. I just think they have to work out some bugs. SWN 576, one line on the trend. This is why I like it. Yeah, just coming up off the bottom here. These guys, I believe, was it these guys? Let me before I talk out my ass. There was someone that got like 4x. It was a while ago. By a 10, yeah. So these guys, I'm pretty sure it was them. They got 4x sales. Yeah, sales 4. Right here it is. Here, I'm not stupid. It was back in October. Sorry, it was a minute ago. But sales were 4.54 billion, up from 1 billion. So they had 4x sales. But they didn't make more on the earnings per share side. But I think if they figure that part out, whatever they're spending money on, like maybe they're just paying off a bill. I don't know. You'd have to look into it. But when they figure out how to take even a quarter of that profit, their numbers are going to explode. So I like these guys in general. You could see the level very, 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 very well. Even getting back to the 50, very good play here. Don't know when, but educated guess is that it'll happen eventually. Zillow 40, 46, one line trend. I'm a little bitter about these as I waited for. I mean, it's one I just would let the sector go first because like the Redfin, the Rocket, the Zillow are the 3 I like. The Open, I'm not a big fan of. But I was like, wait for the flow to come in, wait for the flow to come in, wait for the flow to come in. And man, we should have been adding this since like October. Should have just been adding these guys. But I was like, wait for the flow, wait for the flow, wait for the flow. Never really came to, I think they're there now, but those are I'm probably make that a topic in Market Caps tomorrow's real estate. Because all 3 of those ones that I just mentioned are in a really good spot. And I think like even if we got to 50 here, I don't think you're in a bad spot. But I see this going back to the 60, 80 in the long run. Um, let's do where were we a while ago? Yeah, because I mean this should be all 60. All right, all right. Let's go over the bottom part here, which is just the hot list keepers. I'll run through them real quick. Nothing sexy. Um, Too big of a list, thank you. Nothing sexy, just to tell you why I like them still. AA flow reads to 60. That's my level. I just think we're going to complete that move. CGC sector. I think we're going to pop. We came off the channel. You should have a good entry on this already. Plenty left, and you should have a good entry is why I want to keep it. Klein Clean Energy. I think this trend is just going to continue. It's not even getting most of the volume. I would wait to buy under 550 if you are gonna buy it, maybe even 525 if you can, but or it's a trade you don't get to take part in because you fucking missed it. But if you're already in it, it's something I wouldn't be hesitant to just kind of hang out in for a while. DraftKings, we talked about that already. I ain't gonna say it again. Funko, this is just going to continue, in my opinion, to 15. It'll be in my notes, so I want to keep it on the hot list. If P's against it, I'll just take it off, keep it in my notes. I do like this to continue. FTCH, another one of them low volume burners. This one is a little overextended, this Genie, but it's deep on the last time we ran. Shout out to the weekly candle. Shout out to the weekly candle. And before you just try that with anyone, it's because there's 3 goddamn candles there, people. You got to get a consistent level and then use the candle trick. All right, sorry. GRPE, I like this. I just don't think the trend's done. I think we get 35, 36. Mo. Where's Mo? Mo moved it in half, and we're just kind of throttling sideways here. But the weeklies, it's done that for a while. We're just early. I don't want to take it off if we're early. Ollie, Professor was hella right here. This is going to 60. Maybe he's going to probably come back to 65 this week. I bet if we talk about it. And then Roblox. Bam. Just got into the channel. If you got in when I said to get in, you're doing real good. You're up 20% right now. So fine with you staying in, especially if we continue this trend and the flow read suggests that. So perfect. All right, that's about it. I went a little bit over 2 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to cover all that stuff. Hope you guys have a good week. If you haven't had a great 2 weeks, please speak up, talk through your trades in chat. The more eyes, that's the end goal, is get more eyes on stuff. So you don't have to have a great opinion, but if you're putting in the work, I'd love that you share that with everybody. It's teamwork around here. We'll get on the same page, but I can't do that if you're just sitting behind your computer listening to me or Tupac and Goose and Professor type on the screen. If that's all you're doing is reading that and trying to do stuff off that, speak up a little bit more for why it does or does not work for you, and we'll get you on the same page for sure. Because this is not the hardest thing in the world if you develop some pretty basic skills. All right, everyone, have a good weekend. Hold up. All right, there it is. All right, everyone, have a good weekend. Rest up, clean up your list a little bit. If you ain't gonna trade it, get it out of there. Yeah, that's it. That's the best advice. Clean up a little bit, organize a little bit, put things together that run together. But yeah, rest up, do a little research, take some notes, be ready. Most importantly, read the room, and as always, respect the lines.